Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. It's now time for building blocks, and this morning we're focusing on equipment rentals available at the Contractor Centre. Equipment rental plays a vital role in the construction industry, offering a wide range of advantages for projects big and small. The contractors are often turn to rental solutions due to the high cost of purchasing those specialized heavy machinery. Renting provides flexibility for short-term needs and access to the latest equipment without the long-term commitment of ownership. Additionally, renting eliminates the burden of storage, maintenance, and transportation, freeing up valuable resources for contractors and streamlining project efficiency. To tell us more about the equipments available for rental at the Contractor Centre, we're being joined by the Business Development Manager there, Shauna K. Bryan. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning for Building Blocks. Now tell us, Shauna K., what do you have on rental? If I'm a DIY person and I need some small tools, can I get that? Or is it for big projects where you have specialized machinery, as I just said in the opening?
Right. Thanks for having me. So we have a wide range of equipment available for rental. We have from heavy-duty equipment to small equipment. So if you are a contractor, a tradesperson, or a DIYer, we have different sizes available.
Mm-hmm. And talk to us about the specialized machinery. I'm a big contractor. I'm about to undergo a project. What perhaps at the Contractor Centre would be available to me?
Great. So we have big equipment such as concrete mixers, road rollers, walk-behind saws, jackhammer, different sizes of jackhammers.
Mm-hmm.
We have a wide range of big equipment for contractors.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm a DIYer now, you don't have to tell me all of the things you have, because I know small tools, they perhaps come in, they're plentiful, but some of the smaller tools that you have for persons who wish to carry out a DIY project.
Yeah, I mean, so for DIYers and tradespersons, the tradespersons are like carpenters, masons, persons who might not do big industrial stuff like the contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So we have circular saws, we have grinders, we have drills. So if you're a DIYer and you're putting up like a curtain rod or something, we have drills, we have jigsaws. We have a wide range of small equipment and medium equipment for tradespersons.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it is, whether I'm a person who is about to do a DIY project or I'm a big contractor, I'm coming to the Contractor Centre to do some rental. Walk us through the process.
Okay, so for first-time rentals, we have a few requirements just to ensure that you, the client, is safe and the company is safe.
Of course.
You would need to walk with a valid ID, a proof of address, and let us know where you'll be using the equipment, and we will get you started. In regards to the equipment, we will walk you through how to use it. So if you're not a contractor and you don't have experience using the equipment, our personnel at the store will show you how to use it.
So let me pitch this one. So I come in, there's a specialized equipment that I need. What if I don't have anyone? Is there somebody at the Contractor Centre, or is it that you have a referral list that you can point me to suggest somebody that I could also get to operate the equipment that I'm renting from you guys?
Right. So we don't have persons in store who will operate it for you. But what we do is, so tradespersons that are our clients, we tend to refer them, especially ones that we know are reliable. We refer them to persons who don't have someone to use the equipment.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, Shauna K., to give us just a general overview of why someone might choose to rent their construction equipment rather than come in and purchase it.
Right. So there are different reasons why someone might need to rent. Let's start from a contractor point of view.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a big contractor and let's say you usually use pre-mixed concrete to do your work, maybe you might get a small project that a premix might be way too big for it. You can always come and rent a cement mixer, and that way you don't have to purchase the item because it might not be something that you use on a regular basis. But you get to use the equipment without having to invest in it. And the same goes for if you usually do smaller.
Did we just lose Shauna K? Yes? It seems so. Gonna try to get Shauna K back on the line. She is back. Shauna K?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my bad. So if you do usually do smaller projects who do some concrete driveways and so on, you can also rent an equipment rather than purchase it, and that way you don't have to use up your space. It's more convenient for you, and you don't have to put money onto something that you might only use once or
Once.
twice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that as well. And I'm thinking about the maintenance cost um, for something
That-
like that if I'm only going to use it a couple of times.
That's right. And the good thing about renting an equipment is each time someone rents it and brings it back to the store, we have persons who will service it to make sure that when you're ready to use it, you don't have any issues.
Now, for the item I'm renting, does a contractor center say that I only can rent for a particular period of time, or it can be extended, and you just pay an additional fee based on the extension?
Well, we rent equipment starting from 1 day, which is 24 hours, up to months if you need it that long.
So from 24 hours up to a month.
More than a month,
Okay.
as long as you need it.
Okay. As long as you need it,
Yes.
that just needs to be in your paperwork when you come and you pay your fee.
Right. So, but also, if you, let's say you estimated using it for a month, and then when it's time to bring it back, you realize that, oh, I need to use it for a little bit longer. What we would do, we recommend that you come in, make an additional payment, and then sometimes we will either send a technician out with you to service it so it will last for the extension of your project, or you can bring it back. We will service it up, give it back to you, and you can go ahead and use it for the remainder of your project.
Or you can send a technician out.
Yes,
No
sometimes.
matter where I am, the technician will come to me if I need the equipment that I rented to be serviced.
Well, it depends. It depends on the location
Mm-hmm.
and how much longer you will need to use it for.
Okay.
So we will either send someone or we will ask you to bring it back.
Okay. Have it serviced and then out again.
Yes.
So for example, for the delivery of certain bigger items, do I have to come for it? Can I arrange for it to be brought to me? How does that work?
So for delivery, we have persons who deliver it. So it's up to you. If you already have a vehicle to pick it up, that's all great. But if you don't, you can always pay for delivery and we will get it to you.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk, Shauna, here about some specific pieces of equipment.
Right.
Why might a contractor or a DIY homeowner choose to rent a road roller?
All right. So for road rollers, let me talk about three specific equipment. Since you mentioned the road rollers, road rollers are used to compact the soil to give you a better foundation to work on. We also have compactors and jumping jacks that does the same thing just on a smaller scale. So a road roller, you would use that on, well, like it says, the road, or if you have a big driveway, you can rent a road roller to compact the soil. You have a tougher foundation to work on. If you have smaller areas, let's say a trench, or a smaller walkway, you can always rent a compactor or a jumping jack.
So you can rent a compactor or a jumping jack.
Right.
Okay. And what about the concrete mixers? When does renting one make more sense than buying? I already have my answer in my head, but I want you to tell us as well.
Yeah, that's okay. So let's say you usually mix cement by hand with shovel for small jobs. If you're doing something a little bit bigger where mixing by hand might take you, say, a couple of days, you can rent a cement mixer. Or if you usually do big jobs where you would buy pre-mixed cement, but you have a smaller job that might not need that much, you can also rent a cement mixer to do that.
Yeah. You know what I'm also thinking about, Shauna K, like a ground preparation or, landscaping projects or trench work, if you could highlight the importance of choosing the correct tool for that as well.
Absolutely. So, like I was saying, with the road roller, the compactor, and the jumping jack, if you're doing trench work, remember that trenches are usually very narrow, then you would need to use a jumping jack. The jumping jack is very narrow, but it does the same thing. It compacts the soil, gives you a good foundation. Or let's say you're doing some walkways or landscaping. You don't need anything as big as a road roller, but nothing too small like a jumping jack. That's where the compactor comes in. And then now if you're doing a big project like roads or a big driveway, that's where the road roller comes into play.
Yeah. This morning, Shauna K, you've told us about a lot of the equipment that you have there at the Contractor Centre that persons can use for various different projects, as we mentioned some of them. For persons who are listening, just to tell them again, if they are about to carry out a project, big or small, need tools, equipment that they don't want to purchase, just want to rent for the project and then return them, what documents do they need? Talk to them about the process that they'll have to go through when they come to the Contractor Centre to do that.
Sure. So if you are renting with us for the first time, we would need a valid ID and a recent proof of address to open an account for you. We usually take a security deposit depending on the type of the tool that you're renting. Once you rent with us for the first time and you bring these documents in, you won't have to bring them in again. So you just need to walk with the security deposit and the rental fee.
And are there any final tips for our listeners or viewers about renting construction equipment successfully?
Sure. If you have a small project that you need to do and you don't want to purchase it or invest in it, then you can always come to the Contractor Centre. Or if you're a DIYer and you want to try and do different jobs around your house, we are also here for you. We will walk you through how to use it. And if after you rent it you need additional help, we will talk to you over a call or a video call, or like I said before, sometimes depending on where you are, we will even send someone out to assist you.
Right. And just to remind us too, Shauna K, of your contact numbers, your location, your socials, so people can find you.
Yes. So we are located at 26 Shortwood Road. That is off Constant Spring Road. Our number is 925-5700. You can also reach us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at the Contractor Centre.
So it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at the Contractor Centre.
Yes.
Real simple. You guys are not hard to find. Shauna K. Bryan, who is the Business Development Manager there at the Contractor Centre, telling us this morning about equipment rentals, the equipments that are available at the Contractor Centre for you to rent if you're doing a small project, you're a DIYer and you need some tools that you don't want to buy, you just want to rent them, get your project done, and then bring them back, the Contractor Centre is the place for you. You have a bigger project, you are a contractor yourself, you have a bigger project doing, and you need specialized machinery to get that done. The Contractor Centre also has a variety of specialized machinery at their location that you can rent, get your projects done successfully, and then when you finish, you bring them back. Shauna K. Bryan, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
That has been it for Building Blocks. Going to take a break and come back with more.